Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my first impressions look on the Puma TRC Blaze Court. So this shoe is going for 120 bucks. And if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. There are some pretty cool colorways available. But let's get it started off with the Tracciones. And what they're calling this is a trinomic outsole. And it's pretty much a multi-directional pattern. And here in the middle of the outsole, we have some cutouts, which is pretty interesting. And also, right smack in the middle, there is a cutout for the midfoot chain plate. It's just plastic, as you guys can see. Now here in the heel, we have a Puma logo as well. So as far as the traction goes on my wood floors, it feels really nice, right? So the bite seems really good. I like that, but there's no squeak. It's very silent, which sucks. I mean, that has nothing to do with performance. I keep saying that, but I feel like people think that I think that, you know, if a traction is squeaky, that means it's good. It's not. You know, if a shoe is very squeaky, it doesn't mean it's going to perform well. It's just that I like to have squeak in my shoes. You know, when I'm playing the Curry 9, it's super silent, which is kind of weird. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, the TRC Blaze Court has zero squeak right now. Hopefully, once I break it in or something, it'll get a little bit squeakier. But also, as you guys can see, the grooves are super close together, right? Super close together, and also the grooves are very thin and fine. So I feel like that's gonna, like, you know, trap dust and dirt and debris. So we'll have to see on performance on dust, but the bite seems really nice so far. Durability though, I feel like it's gonna be very bad, right? The grooves are super thin and it's a really soft rubber. So if you're gonna be playing on an outdoor court, this is not a good option. It feels really bad for durability. Moving on to the heel to toe transition, overall it feels very nice, right? So here in the heel, we have a kind of a rounded shape. It's pretty flat actually, but we have nice compression from this foam, which we'll get into. Here in the forefoot, we have a very curved shape and a lot of forefoot flex. Look at that, super flexible here in the forefoot, but in the midfoot, we don't have a whole lot of flex because of this midfoot chain plate, which is good for torsion support. So overall, heel to toe transition feels very nice. All right, moving on to the cushioning setup. So we have full length Pro Foam Plus. And Pro Foam is actually very nice, but this is Pro Foam Plus. So I guess it's better than Pro Foam, right? But right now it feels really good. So here in the heel especially, there's a good amount of compression, and there also seems to be a little bit of rebound back, which surprised me. I mean, obviously I haven't played in these yet, but just kind of like jogging around in them, walking around in them, it feels really nice here in the heel. The forefoot, it's a little bit more dead, and step in comfort isn't the best. I mean, the insole feels really nice, right? The Puma, I feel like does their insoles really well. It reminds me a lot of the MB1, and the MB1 has a very nice plush insole, so step in comfort from that is good. But you know, foam insoles, they bottom out. And if you look underneath the insole and take a look at the strobo board, it's a very stiff strobo board here in TRC Blaze Court. So yeah, step in comfort, I feel like right now it's good, but I don't think it's gonna be very good once I kind of like bottom the insole out, right? But the overall midsole is feeling really nice. Core feel seems really good too. It's more of like a flatter offset, it feels like right now. Even though the heel looks like it's a little bit thicker, it feels a little bit flatter to me for some reason. So yeah, I'm liking it overall so far. It feels like it's gonna be a very responsive cushioning setup with good court feel, but with great cushion here in the heel and hopefully a good amount of bounce. All right, moving on to the materials. So we basically just have like a mesh material throughout this entire upper with some like synthetic suede material and a little bit of plastic as well, right? So here in the middle of the forefoot, right, we have a pretty nice mesh. It's very thin, it's comfortable, but also the mesh is more like, it feels like there's a little bit of foam kind of like in the mesh, right? So it feels cozy too. So I really like how it feels here in the forefoot. And of course, like I said, we have this like synthetic suede material. It feels really cheap. So I don't like that, but I mean, it's a $120 shoe, so can't really complain, right? Also, this will be very good for durability if you do toe drags. It's also good for support, you know, kind of like extends here onto the lateral side. And then for the tongue, we have a good amount of padding. It reminds me of the MB1, which feels great. And also the tongue is a half booty construction tongue, which will be good for keeping the tongue in place. And also it'll be good for an overall one-to-one fit. Here in the ankle area, also there is like not a crazy amount of padding, but it feels very nice and plush. So overall, it feels pretty similar to the MB ones, to the point where it's like a little bit more on like the bulkier side. It definitely doesn't feel bulky, but comparing the upper to like, I don't know, the Curry 9 or the PG6, which I really like how minimal those uppers feel. These feel a little bit more bulky, or I guess I would say like cozy, right? So if you're looking for like a cozy upper, this feels great. If you're looking for a minimal upper, this probably isn't the best option. Although the material here in the forefoot does feel pretty minimal, it's just not as minimal as like the Curry 9s, right? Also, I really like the plastic here. I mean, like, I've never seen this done. It kind of like cages the cushion a little bit, and it also acts as kind of like a lateral counter. Yeah, that looks great. And also, this plastic part will probably help with support as well, which we'll get into. I mean, not the best for material quality, but it feels pretty damn nice on foot, so I can't really complain about the overall material. All right, moving on to the fit. I went true to size and fits me extremely well. It is a very narrow fit actually, and also it is quite snug here in the toe box, which I like, but I feel like this mesh material will stretch out once I break it in. Meshes usually do that, but yeah, it's a great fit for me, but I have a narrow foot and I like to have a very snug fit in my ball shoes. So if you do go true to size, just expect it to be very snug. And if you don't like that, if you want like more of a roomier fit, probably go up half a size. And if you have a very wide foot, probably go up full size because it is quite snug width-wise. So yeah, look at that. I don't know, it just feels pretty damn snug right here, right? It's squeezing the sides of my feet just a tiny bit. So yeah, I like the overall fit. Moving on to the support and lockdown, I feel like it's gonna be great, right? So here in the, like for the lateral containment, here in the forefoot, this material doesn't feel like the most supportive material, however. So I am a little bit worried about that, but here in the midfoot, like I said, we had this plastic, which will make this material a lot more supportive actually. It's actually a pretty stiff plastic. Then here in the heel, we have like the foam coming up, and we have this plastic piece and an internal TPU heel counter. So that feels like it's gonna be good here in the midfoot and here in the heel, but the forefoot we'll have to see, right? Also for lateral stability, I guess like this part does protrude out a good amount. Look at that, right? With the foam and the outsole. So we do have a pretty wide base, so lateral stability feels like it's going to be good too. And now moving on to the weight of the shoe. I don't know, it feels pretty damn light, surprisingly, right? So Puma, with their foam technology like nitro foam, is actually quite heavy. You know, their foams are like higher density foams, which just basically means they're like heavier, right? But Pro Foam is actually, it feels pretty damn light, right? So I'm guessing this will be like maybe 12 ounces? Ooh, 11.46 ounces, that's surprising. 11.32 ounces. So yeah, it's actually a very light shoe. Puma actually usually doesn't make light shoes, right? The MB one's pretty heavy. What other shoes do they have? I don't remember. The Clyde Hardwood was pretty heavy as well, if I remember correctly. The Clyde All Pro was very light though. Actually, I have it right here. Remember this shoe? This shoe was amazing, right? I believe this foam was Pro Foam. I don't think it was Pro Foam Plus though. I might be wrong though, so sorry if I am, but yeah, this shoe was also pretty damn light, 11.92, but the TRC Blaze Court is actually lighter, surprisingly. So yeah, this shoe feels pretty damn light, but it's weird because this shoe feels cozy too, like the upper feels cozy. So it's a really weird feeling, you know what I mean? Like lightweight shoes are usually like very minimal uppers. So it's just a different feel. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just a different feel than what I'm used to, but I feel like it's a nice different twist, you know what I mean? Moving on to the aesthetics, I absolutely love it. I mean, this shoe looks amazing. Whoever the designers are over at Puma, this shoe looks absolutely amazing. I love what they did with the plastic. It's just like a simple curved line, but it looks great. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it looks like a casual shoe, you know what I mean? But it's a hoop shoe. So also, I really like this colorway. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, have they done it again? Is the TRC Blaze Court kind of like the sequel to the Puma Clyde All Pro? I mean, remember this shoe? This shoe was absolutely amazing. But actually the Pro Foam Plus feels a little bit nicer than this. And the traction feels really good so far in this shoe as well. So I'm very, very excited to try these out. 120 bucks. I feel like, you know, my first impressions are really, really good so far. I can't really find anything I don't like about this shoe so far. So yeah, that about concludes this video. Again, if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave an affiliate link in the description box, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.